Hi, this is John Chenal with Vator TV, and welcome back to our series that we call Lessons Learned, where we get advice from entrepreneurs about their experience. I'm here today with Todd Masonis of Plaxo, one of the founders, or maybe the founder and the VP of Product. Todd, thanks for coming by today.
Thanks for having me.
If you could tell our entrepreneurial audience maybe 3 pieces of advice or 3 lessons that you've learned in your experience at starting this from nothing and building it into a site with now 20 million users.
Certainly. So I think there are lots of different things, but I'll just come up with 3 quickly. So I think the first thing is not to focus too much on funding. It seems like a lot of people I talk to say, I can't really start this until someone goes and gives me a few $1,000,000. And I think that usually, one thing people don't realize is funding actually slows you down. When you get it, you have a lot more problems that come with having money and having to hire employees. And if you really have a good idea and you really want to do it, you don't need to get stuck in that mindset of funding. You should really just go out and do what you can do. My second piece of advice I think is related to that, which is that you should really try to remove obstacles. I know that a lot of people, when they come to talk to me about starting a company, they say there are all these reasons why I can't do it, or this thing has to happen before this thing happens, before this thing happens, before I can start my company. And I think, in fact, all of the problems that people think that they're going to have are actually different than the ones they do have. So you're better off just going out there and trying to do something rather than trying to brainstorm all the possible contingency plans. Mm-hmm. And then thirdly, I think that if you really are interested in doing something, again, you should just go out and do it. I think it's never going to make sense on paper to go out and start a company. Logically, all the statistics say companies are very likely to fail. The odds of success are low. But if you really think like that, then you're probably not cut out for it. You should really just go, just do it. And if it doesn't work out, you'll probably learn something. You can start something else. Mm-hmm. So I'd say just do it.
Okay, and one other thing just occurred to me, though, because we've got Ben Golub here also. You founded it, but eventually, I guess 2 or 3 years ago, brought in a CEO. Could you talk a little bit about that, the process, and coming up with the decision that you need to bring somebody else in because this thing has got so big, and how you made that?
Certainly. So, I think what's funny about being a startup rather than or founding a company versus joining a company is, I think when people join a company, they're looking to increase their responsibility. But when you start a company, you start out having lots of responsibility, and you're looking for really good people to help you take pieces of it and really do a better job than you could do. So I think in Plaxo's case, we realized a few years back that we could definitely use some help, definitely use some sort of professional management experience. And I think we were good getting it from the beginning to a certain point, but then to take it to the next level and really figure out revenue and do some big deals and really make it more successful, we wanted to bring on more team members, and Ben was sort of the perfect fit for us.
Great. Todd, thanks so much for the thoughts.
Great, thanks.
This is John Chenal with Vator TV. I've been talking today with Todd Masonis of Plaxo for our Lessons Learned series.